Hey EFCA West, I hope your week is off to a fantastic start. Mine, not so much. Apparently there was total system failure on my car. Every single light went on like it was Christmas, right? This lit the whole dashboard up. So I don't know what's going on, but there you see, my car is gone, which is why I'm at home. But that doesn't mean that I'm not still fired up. Because I tell you what, yesterday, my family and I, you see a picture of us right there, minus our son, he was sick. We all went to our home church, Compass Church, right here in the West Valley, Goodyear, Arizona to be specific, where I gotta tell you, Pastor Ron Smith is doing a fantastic job. This dude's a stud. He played basketball at Wheaton College, tall guy, taller than me, better looking than me. I know what you're thinking. How is that possible? But it is. Send him an email, by the way, and welcome him to our district because he's relatively new. Showed up right in the middle of COVID. And here's what was so great about this. We did an outdoor service because we can do this now in the desert, believe it or not. I know it's hot usually like most of the time. In fact, it was actually hot yesterday too. Everybody was going to sit in the shade. It's November. It's really pathetic. But anyway, here's the point. Is we had an outdoor service, which Ron did a fantastic job, great preaching, and we had a baptism. That was so cool. All diversity of people got baptized. Young people, old people, men, women, different backgrounds. My personal favorite was this one guy who's been struggling with drugs for a long time. Young guy, been clean for about 2 years. Found Jesus a couple years ago. His dad baptized him yesterday. And he said, I've been waiting for this moment for so long. And see, that is what this whole thing is about. That's what the Evangelical Free Church is about. That's why we're here, is to see and capture moments like that. So stuff's happening. It's happening all over our district. But you got to know yesterday it happened right out in the middle of the desert. God's changing lives through Compass Church and Pastor Ron Smith and the team over there. Hey, one other thing you got to hear. We have a new podcast. This one is called Build Something Great, with Scott Ochterling, who's the president and CEO of Christian Investors Financial. Now, here's the deal. Chances are, wherever you're at, whatever you're at in your facilities, if you're looking at land or if you have a building, it's paid off, you got a mortgage, whatever else, you got a high interest rate, chances are CIF can probably help you. Now, they didn't tell me to say this, but I think they should be your first call. They didn't pay me to say this, although, I don't know, they probably should, now that I think about it. But the whole point is this. I think that there's a fantastic organization, and here's why. We have this great podcast where we talk about interest rates, we talk about debt, we talk about construction project mistakes, capital campaigns, avoiding problems that can happen, and thinking about this whole thing. Because COVID at some point is going to be over, and while buildings may be a little bit different, we're still going to need them, and we're going to need land. So maybe you need a lower interest rate, or maybe you have equity in your building because you built it in 1960 and paid it off, but it's looking a little bit like your grandma's house. Sorry, grandma, but it just, no one wants to go to church in their grandma's house. So maybe you could dress it up a little bit, and maybe you could pull some equity out. I don't know, whatever. But the whole point is, there's some way that CIF can help you, and the podcast, we talk about it. So here's what I would do if I were you. Have your whole team, your elders, everybody listen to the podcast and maybe have a discussion about it and think about how you should be planning for stuff in the future. The other thing on that note, as long as we're talking budgets and finances, I really recommend the book Money Matters in Church by Steve Stroop and Aubrey Malphurs. In fact, that book, I would hold up a copy, but I've had so many copies and I've given so many away that I just have it on Kindle now, because I love that book so much. But that'd be a great one to walk through with your team as well, just to talk about what is next year going to look like and how do we be proactive. And anyway, all this stuff is important. But that's all I have for you. I don't know. I just wanted to spend some time talking to you because I'm here at home and maybe I'll just go walk somewhere. I think McDonald's is, I don't know, it's like an hour away from, I live out in the sticks, but maybe I could Uber somewhere. Anyway, have a fantastic week. Don't forget, sign up for our conference coming up in January. All right, God bless. Remember, you're not alone, and good things are happening through you, even in tough times. See you later.